Welcome to 1337, the future of podcast and books. I'm Max, your host, diving into epic tales and hidden gems.
And I'm Sophia, here to unpack the art of storytelling and the pages that move us. We're exploring novels, classics, and the craft behind the words.
And today, Sophia, we're taking a deep dive into a true classic, the Decameron by Giovanni Boccaccio.
Oh, a fantastic choice.
You know, this whole Renaissance period has always fascinated me. I mean, to talk about creativity.
Oh, absolutely.
And from what I've heard, the Decameron really captures the spirit of that whole era.
It really does. It's considered, like a cornerstone of early Renaissance literature.
Yep.
And a masterpiece of Italian prose.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
And it's a collection of 100 novellas written in the 14th century during, pretty immense upheaval, the Black Death.
Oh, wow.
You can almost feel this tension between the horrors of the plague and then this unquenchable thirst for life that it permeates these stories.
100 stories. Wow. I'm already feeling a bit overwhelmed.
Right.
Where do we even begin to unpack something this huge?
Well, the setup itself is pretty unique. Imagine, it's Florence in 1348. The Black Death is ravaging the city. To escape the plague, 10 young people, 7 women, and 3 men flee to the countryside. And to kind of while away the time, they decide to tell each other stories.
Oh, interesting.
10 stories a day for 10 days. Hence the title, The Decameron.
Ah, okay.
From the Greek, for 10 days.
So it's like they're creating their own little world. Almost a refuge from all the chaos and death surrounding them.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder how Boccaccio himself was affected by the Black Death. Was he writing from personal experience, you think?
It's certainly possible. I mean, he was living in Florence during those years, so he would have witnessed all this devastation firsthand.
Yeah.
Some scholars believe that the Decameron was his way of processing all that trauma, finding meaning and beauty amidst this just absolute horror.
That's really powerful.
Yeah. But even beyond the historical context, I think it's this frame narrative that truly sets the Decameron apart. It's not just like a random collection of stories.
It's a story about storytelling itself, really, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah, these characters aren't just vessels for the tales. They have personalities. They have relationships. They react to the stories they hear.
Exactly.
It's almost like eavesdropping on a really lively dinner party.
Mm-hmm.
Give us a sense of who these storytellers are.
Well, each of them plays a unique role in the overall narrative. So take Dionio, for example. He's like the mischievous one, always kind of pushing the boundaries. He often tells the most risque tales of the bunch.
Oh, interesting.
It's almost as if Boccaccio is kind of winking at the reader through him.
Okay, yeah, I see.
You can really feel his subversive humor,
Right.
shining through.
Yeah, you've got me curious about these stories now.
Yeah.
You mentioned earlier this unquenchable thirst for life.
Right.
What are some of the recurring themes that Boccaccio is exploring?
Well, there are kind of the obvious ones. Love, trickery, fortune. But he goes much deeper than that. He delves into the complexities of human nature, the power of wit and intelligence to overcome obstacles. We see characters using clever wordplay, disguises, even elaborate schemes to get what they want, often outsmarting those who try to take advantage of them.
It's like he's saying, even in the face of death, even during a plague, life goes on.
Exactly.
People still fall in love. They still try to outsmart each other. They still crave that connection and entertainment.
Exactly. And within this framework of survival and resilience, he doesn't shy away from portraying the darker sides of human nature either.
Okay.
There are stories of greed, lust, revenge, hypocrisy, all explored with a surprising amount of nuance and psychological depth for the time.
Oh, wow. So it's not all lighthearted fun and games then?
Definitely not.
This is where it gets really interesting for me. Give us a taste of one of these stories. You mentioned one earlier.
Huh?
About a con artist pretending to be a saint on his deathbed.
Ah, yes. The Tale of Sir Capuletto.
Okay.
A classic example of his dark humor and his penchant for social commentary.
Oh, really?
Sir Capuletto is this notorious scoundrel, a liar, a cheat. But when he finds himself on his deathbed in a strange town, he tricks a friar into believing that he's a pious man.
Oh, wow.
He confesses to, a litany of fake sins, painting himself as a saint, basically.
Can only imagine what the friar must have thought. Did he see through this charade at all?
Not at all. In fact, after Sir Capuletto dies, he's hailed as a saint by the townspeople who attribute miracles to him.
Right.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Boccaccio is subtly critiquing the gullibility of people and perhaps even poking fun at the church itself.
That's quite a story.
Yeah.
But it's also more than just a funny anecdote. What's fascinating here is how it speaks to the power of storytelling itself. how a crafted narrative, even a fabricated one, can shape perceptions and influence belief. It makes you think about the stories we tell ourselves and each other, and the power they hold.
Exactly. And that's just one example of the richness and depth we find in the Decameron. Each story is like, this multifaceted gem, reflecting different aspects of human nature and society.
It's becoming clear why this is considered a foundational text of the Renaissance. It feels like Boccaccio is capturing a whole world coming to life,
Yeah.
The good, the bad, and everything in between.
Absolutely. And what's remarkable is that he's not just capturing a specific moment in time.
Right.
He's exploring universal themes that still resonate with us today. Love, loss, desire, the struggle for survival.
Yeah.
These are timeless human experiences that transcend any particular historical moment.
That's what makes a true classic, I suppose.
Yeah.
The ability to speak to readers across centuries.
Precisely. And with the Decameron, you're not only experiencing those timeless themes, but you're also getting a glimpse into 14th century Italy. Its social customs, the fashions, the beliefs.
Oh, wow.
It's like a time capsule, but one that's surprisingly engaging and entertaining.
So to recap, we have these 10 storytellers, each with their own personality, spinning tales of love, trickery, fortune, and even a con artist who becomes a saint.
Yeah.
It's a lot to take in. But I'm starting to understand why the Decameron has endured for centuries.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just a collection of entertaining stories, it's a reflection of humanity itself.
Yes. And we haven't even touched on some of the more nuanced elements, like his masterful use of language and his subtle critiques of social norms. For example, did you know many of the stories are set in these idyllic natural settings?
Oh, really?
It's this literary device. It's known as locus amonis, which creates a sense of escapism, and it contrasts with that grim reality of the plague.
That's fascinating. It's almost like those idyllic settings mirror the storyteller's own act of fleeing the city. They're creating their own little haven, both physically and through their stories.
Yeah.
It's like a story within a story, within a story.
It is. There's a real sense of layering here, with that frame narrative mirroring the themes and settings of the individual tales.
And what about those scandalous stories you alluded to earlier, the ones that might have raised a few eyebrows back in Boccaccio's time?
Oh, yes. Boccaccio definitely wasn't afraid to push boundaries.
Okay.
He tackled themes of sexuality and desire with a frankness that was quite daring for the 14th century. For example, there's one rather hilarious tale about a woman named Peronella who hides her lover in a barrel when her husband unexpectedly comes home.
Oh, okay. Now that's a situation I wouldn't want to be in.
Right.
It makes you wonder what those early readers thought of those more scandalous tales. Were they shocked, amused, outraged?
Probably all of the above. Boccaccio was a master at pushing buttons and challenging expectations. He clearly delighted in provoking reactions from his readers. In a way, he was kind of this literary rebel,
Yeah.
unafraid to break with tradition and explore the full spectrum of human experience.
I'm starting to see why some people consider this book controversial.
It was. Some found it immoral, offensive, even dangerous.
Really? Wow.
But others recognized its genius, its wit, its profound understanding of human nature. It's a work that sparked debate then and continues to intrigue and challenge us today.
So we've got this complex interplay of humor, tragedy, social commentary, and a willingness to explore the darker aspects of human nature, all set against the backdrop of one of history's most devastating pandemics. No wonder the Decameron has endured for centuries.
Exactly. And there's still so much more to uncover. But I think what's really striking is the way he manages to find light amidst the darkness.
Yeah.
He acknowledges the suffering and fear, but he also celebrates life, love, laughter, the simple joys of human connection.
It makes you wonder, what does this all mean for us, the modern reader? Why should we care about these stories from centuries ago?
That's a great question. I think what strikes me is that even though times change, human nature remains remarkably constant.
Right.
And the Decameron reminds us that we're all connected by these universal experiences.
Yeah.
Whether we're facing, a global pandemic or simply navigating the complexities of everyday life, we all share the same desires for love, connection, and meaning.
It's like Boccaccio is holding up a mirror to humanity, showing us both our flaws and our potential for greatness.
Yes. And perhaps in a way, he's also reminding us not to take ourselves too seriously, to find moments of joy and laughter, even in the face of adversity. After all, isn't that what those 10 young people fleeing the plague? Weren't they doing just that?
It's a powerful message, and one that feels particularly relevant today. I'm curious to see where this deep dive takes us next. There's so much more to explore, so many more stories to uncover.
There is, and I think you'll be surprised by how relevant these tales feel, even today. They really speak to our shared humanity, our hopes, our fears, our capacity for both great love and great folly.
What stands out to you so far? What are your initial impressions of the Decameron?
I think what strikes me is the sheer variety of these stories. We've got everything from slapstick comedy to philosophical musings, from tales of courtly love to gritty realism. It's like he's throwing open the doors to all of human experience.
That's a wonderful way to put it. And it's not just the variety of stories, it's the variety of voices. Each storyteller has their own perspective.
Exactly.
Their own way of seeing the world. And that adds so much richness and depth to the narrative.
It's almost like a tapestry with all these different threads woven together to create something truly unique.
Precisely. And it's that tapestry, that intricate blend of storytelling and character, social commentary, that makes the Decameron such a masterpiece.
I'm starting to get a sense of why this book has endured for so long. It's not just a product of its time.
It's a timeless work of art that speaks to something fundamental about the human experience.
Exactly. And as we delve deeper into these stories, I think we'll discover even more layers of meaning, more insights into Boccaccio's genius, and more reasons to marvel at the enduring power of his words.
I can't wait to see where this deep dive takes us next. There's so much more to explore, so many more stories to uncover. Sophia, we've been exploring these stories for a while now, and I have to say, Boccaccio's wit and wisdom, it never ceases to amaze me. He has a knack for taking these, what seem like simple tales,
Right.
and weaving in these really profound observations about human nature.
It's true. And what's remarkable is that he does it with such humor and grace. Even when he's tackling these sensitive topics, there's a lightness of touch, this playful irony that makes the stories both entertaining and thought-provoking.
You mentioned earlier a story about a friar with a rather unusual penance.
Yes.
Now that's a tale I have to hear.
Oh, you're in for a treat. This one is a classic example of his social satire. It's the story of Frate Alberto, a friar who, let's just say, has a weakness for the lady.
Not exactly a model of piety then.
Not quite. He develops a rather strong infatuation with this wealthy woman named Madonna Lucetta. No, Madonna Lucetta is a bit naive, shall we say, and Frate Alberto sees an opportunity here to indulge his desires.
I'm sensing a scandal brewing here.
You'd be right. Frate Alberto hatches this elaborate scheme to seduce Madonna Lucetta. He convinces her that he's been sent by God to perform a special penance, which involves spending nights with her, disguised as the angel Gabriel.
Wait, she actually believes him? A friar disguised as an angel. That's audacious, even for Boccaccio.
She does. Frate Alberto is a smooth talker, and Madonna Lucetta is easily swayed by his supposed divine authority. It's a brilliant example of how, those in positions of power can exploit the trust of others.
Yeah, it's a reminder that we should always be wary of those who claim to speak for a higher authority, especially when their actions seem, less than holy.
Exactly. And of course, things don't go as smoothly as Frate Alberto had planned. His deception is eventually exposed, and he's forced to flee the city in disgrace.
I can only imagine the scandal. But what's fascinating to me is how Boccaccio uses this story to satirize, the hypocrisy of the church. He's not necessarily attacking faith itself,
Right.
but he's definitely critiquing those who abuse their religious authority for personal gain.
Precisely. It's that classic Boccaccio blend of humor and social commentary. He's making us laugh, but he's also making us think critically about those in positions of power. And it reminds us that even in the 14th century, people were grappling with these same issues of corruption and the abuse of trust.
It seems some things never change, no matter how many centuries pass. Speaking of timeless themes, you also mentioned a story about a wife who outsmarts her jealous husband.
Oh, yes.
Now that's a trope we see, even today in literature and film.
Oh, yes. This one's a bit more complex, though. It's the story of Gualtieri and Griselda. Gualtieri is a marquis, known for his intelligence, but also his rather cruel sense of humor. When he decides to marry, he chooses Griselda, a peasant girl. Not out of love, but as a kind of social experiment.
A social experiment? What do you mean?
He wants to test her patience, her loyalty, her ability to withstand anything he throws her way. He subjects her to a series of increasingly cruel trials. He pretends to have their children killed, accuses her of infidelity, and eventually forces her to leave the court and return to her life as a peasant.
Wow, that's harsh. And she puts up with all of this.
She does, with incredible patience and obedience, never questioning his authority, never complaining about her fate. It's a story that has sparked, endless debates among scholars.
Yeah.
Some see Griselda as like a model of feminine virtue, while others view her as a victim of patriarchal oppression.
It's a fascinating example of how a story can be interpreted in such different ways depending on the reader's perspective. But ultimately, isn't that what makes great literature so compelling? The ability to make us think critically and question our own assumptions.
Absolutely. And Boccaccio is a master at challenging those assumptions. He doesn't offer easy answers or moral judgments. He presents us with these complex situations and kind of invites us to grapple with the ambiguities of human behavior.
In a way, he's asking us to be active participants
in
the storytelling process, to engage with these characters and their dilemmas, to ponder the motivations behind their actions.
Precisely. He's not just entertaining us, he's encouraging us to think for ourselves. And that's a powerful legacy to leave behind.
So we've explored tales of love and loss, of trickery and deception, of social satire, and philosophical pondering. What's the ultimate takeaway from this journey through the Decameron?
If I had to sum it up, I'd say it's a celebration of humanity in all its flawed, messy, and magnificent glory. He doesn't shy away from the darkness, but he never lets us forget the beauty and resilience of the human spirit. He reminds us that even in the face of death, life finds a way to bloom.
That's a powerful message. and one that feels especially relevant today. As we navigate our own uncertain times, the Decameron is a reminder that stories have the power to connect us, to comfort us, to make us laugh and cry, and ultimately to help us make sense of the world.
Beautifully said. And as we wrap up our deep dive into the Decameron, I hope our listeners will be inspired to explore it for themselves. It's a timeless work that continues to offer insights and delights, even centuries after it was written.
I know I've been inspired, and I'm already thinking about which story I want to reread first.
There's a whole world of stories waiting to be discovered within those pages. And for those who are eager to delve deeper, we've got plenty of resources and recommendations on our website.
That's right. Be sure to visit 1337podcast.com for more. And until next time, keep exploring those epic tales and hidden gems.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive.
See you next time. Strength and honor. I am Spartacus.
Thanks for watching. Tap into 1337podcast.com.